Yo, what up? I praise to the Most High.
Right there. Do not move.
Alright, man.
Don't move. No.
Y'all see the flag. It's a bit noisy. Y'all gonna hear whatever y'all hear. I still got a job to do, so I'm just gonna go on and do whatever I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta ignore certain things. Just keep pushing forward, man. The Byzantine Empire. I'm gonna give a little bit on it. When you research it, and you start looking up things, the date and everything, them being what at that time would have been like the superpower, so to speak. It's a lot of things that when you get to this level or you get to this realm, like things, the development is different. Anytime, it's kind of like distractions. Every time you are aiming or you moving forward in the area,
Get back.
then you can expect. It's kind of like clockwork. Like your kids might act a certain way, your spouse might act a certain way. Hold on just a second.
You heard me. Be quiet. Don't move. Sit there and hush. That's it. That's all. Hush. No. What the fuck did I just say? Sit down and be quiet while I beat your butt. Yes, with the belt. Sit down and hush. Hush.
Alright, man. Like I said earlier, Byzantine Empire is a very powerful empire.
What the hell did I just say?
Even with dealing with like now and the people and everything,
No.
they move different. They act in a certain manner.
Oh God, I said no. Be quiet.
That's just how they move, When you dealing with that, man, it's like you dealing with that. It's like this. It's just like you have allies and different things of that nature. So it's known about type of thing.
Go to the corner.
I just wound up finding out like it's a part of like my history and my ancestry type thing. So I just went on and like ran with it or whatever, so to speak. And encouraging and like when you really want to do something to help and all of that, that's what you do.
Go to the corner and shut up.
Kind of like dealing with. It's kind of like dealing with, like sometimes you deal with like many different people, and so you gotta deal with many different personalities. Patience is a key. Some people, like sometimes you like, they flat out, they not for you. Sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's just like the spirit in you don't get along with the spirit in them. And when you get there, it's like it's just different, man. It's really different. Empire wise, as we're developing out and connecting, like we already like big, already enormous type thing. This is this is basically what you would really, what was said to be, God and the Son who led it. So in this regard of the movement and the totality of how everything works is a lot of times you deal with people, deal with different situations that come to demonize something. Say, for instance, it's like it's called sabotage. Somebody wants something, so they may send somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I know like at one point it's kind of like situations with like a male or a female. They want something, they got a team that send somebody. You know what I'm saying? So when you dealing with, I'm saying, the Byzantine Empire, you're part of the team, you're part of the family. You gotta be actually held more accountable for what is going on, what's being said. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta
get to the corner.
You gotta hear something and then you gotta ignore it. You can't it's best not to make a move on it. Then in this day and time, we in the time of 144,000, so to speak. So you got a lot of other things going on at the same time. So because God is working and moving in many different vast areas, and your seeming area is like okay, like it's building it and running and pushing it, and you begin to push, you begin to run, you begin to work, and then you trying to get somebody to work with you, you trying to get, you know what I'm saying, everybody to benefit from it, and all you keep getting is it's kind of like the harder you work. Sometimes I feel like the harder like one may work against you, and it's kind of like sometimes you look at it like, don't y'all know that this is for y'all too? This ain't just for me. Then you get the ones that they want the whole thing. They want to run everything. And it's like, you can't just run this in a natural sense. Because they didn't even run this in a natural sense. Think about it. They didn't run this in a natural sense, bro. This was ran in the spirit. That's why it was the devil. So, before you can actually get to a certain level, bro, you're going to have to get your walk with Christ, like, straight. You're going to have to, like, be able to move and can't be acceptable in anything. Because if you doing anything, like, say, for instance, if you provoking somebody, you breaking the law, you leave yourself open for, if you know what I'm saying, now, there are many different things that happens, man. And especially when you strive, like you're striving for excellence. You got people that's just going, you know what I'm saying, they just hating on you. They looking for you. They trying to force you to hit them. They're trying to force you to make a move. They're trying to force you to do this because they losing. They losing big time. They losing. Like, in other words, they done lost. So you learn to see the signs of defeat. Why you acting like that? Like, what are you losing? Like, how much money did you lose, homie? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, sometimes you're dealing in another situation that's like, it's challenging your authority. And like me, rule of thumb, I grew up with a mother and a father. And my mother never just walked up to my dad, and my dad never just walked up to my mother, and I wasn't in a house where they talked like that. You know what I'm saying? Mama wasn't really ever disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Dad was really almost never disrespectful, so to speak. So when you get into a situation and then that's how they move, it's like, going into a place where you've never been before. And it's like, do people really go through hours and hours of punching a person in their mouth, talking back, saying whatever it is, slapping them? Like, do they really do this? Like this is really how they do this? And you're trying to take them to an elegance or a royal level, and they want to stay on the hood level. I can't even say hood, because in some areas, they don't even do that in the hood. So then you deal with a certain situation where the kids is involved with a different situation, and you may wind up coming across that mother of of that of whoever, you know, mother or father of the opposite sex. If you was the male and you went to a female, if you was a female and you went to a male, and you're dealing with that male's mother, or that male or that female's mother. A lot of times you're not dealing too much with the dad. You're dealing more with the mother. Sometimes they tend to cross lines that should never be crossed. You constantly talk to a person like, if I love you and you ask me like not to do something, I ain't gonna do it. As much as I can, I'm gonna try. It's gonna be some time in between before the next time it happens. Now, when you in this area and it's like they coming to you a different way, trying to fight, you're just kind of like, sometimes you gotta look past the fault or whatever the situation is and listen. And at the same time, especially when you asking for covering from this person, you want them to cover them, but you want to talk to them like crap. It's kind of like football. You want the line to block for you, but you want to keep running into them. You want to keep talking bad about them. You want to keep doing this, keep doing it, but you want that line to block for you. And they get tired of it, and they say, all right, we're going to start doing some lookout blocks. Look out, they coming since you want to do it that way, all right? Take a couple of licks, you hit, then you done? You gonna change now? Oh, okay. Block for them now, type thing. That's what you're dealing with. So anytime you know you dealing with like a person's mother and you been cool for a while, it's like, all right, now they got tired of it. What you want? I ain't made no specific moves, but I made a lot of moves. What you want? I don't have time for the rigmarole. I don't have time for unethics situations right now. Unless I'm dealing with something that I gotta deal with the people. If you in the house, you ain't supposed to be acting a certain way. I don't care about none of that. And I'm addressing my own house. Because for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. You can't serve two masters. You can't be talking under all kind of clothes and then don't want, like, when things get hard or things hit a sore spot and then you want to shut down and then you want to be pissed all day. Nah.
Back to the corner.
And then you got to watch the spirits. Because you feel a certain uneasiness in the spirit sometimes, man. And when that spirit come in, sometimes things come in and then they give signals and then it's like, do this. And it's like, I wish you would. I really wish you would. But you got to do that in your spirit, man. They need to know this in the spirit, man. It's kind of like, sometimes you hit a situation. I'll let y'all know something. And this situation here is different. Let's say, I used to watch Black Panther. Then they had a character called Claw. So Claw killed Black Panther's father. When I think Black Panther, he was little. Get older, things come. It's the cartoon version. I'm just kind of scheming through. Get older, Claw come in, and he get a hold of Black Panther's mother. And then the mother tells him, don't do anything you say. He gonna kill you. He gonna do this anyway. So Black Panther addressed Claw. And he says, I don't care what you say. I don't believe anything that you tell me. Cause regardless, the way I'm looking at it, you gonna try to kill regardless. I'm gonna kill you. It a different type of situation because it's after something that has to do with the family, something that has to do with protecting. It wasn't somebody about. It was it was a little bit about some money, or, or getting something, a certain type of information, so to speak. But hey, even when we look and we move and we understand, it's like if they say, well, this is not our house, I'm like, I was born in the United States of America. What you mean this is not our house? The Byzantine Empire is one of the oldest empire in the world. One of the oldest empires. So when I was younger and I got addressed with go back to where you come from, I ain't really know what they was. The general area that they was talking about was normally, they would tell you go back to Africa. Like, I ain't come from Africa. What are you talking about? And then even the people that so-called run or have the area, if you check their blood, they didn't come from here. They came from somewhere else. This ain't their house. So that tend to be the reason why the war come up. And now they want to stop a war or stop a killing. Because it's like, nah, y'all done took this, y'all done took that. And for so long, they just had not been standing up. So then they finally stand up. And it's like we ain't even we really ain't trying to fight. And once you find out through education who's in research, who actually owns what, oh, that's why they getting ready to bomb. That's why everybody is siding with. That's why there's a shifting. All of them know it. They don't like it. So you like, and you find from one of the elders for years and years and years, we given to y'all. Y'all did nothing but take and take and take and take. That's called stealing. And then for so long,
stop touching stuff.
When it came to God, just period, God Himself. I didn't know no other God. I didn't even know that some people. I didn't know that some people considered the devil as God within the United States. I ain't know none of that. All I knew was God, the Most High, Satan. That's all I knew. I didn't know that they referred to Satan as God, and all. I didn't know this until, you know what I'm saying. That's the way I looked at it. But it was just understanding that this was just one guy. I don't know this one God. The rest of that is, you know what I'm saying, the year little God. So like I would look at it in its totality of what it was. Sometimes people overstep their boundaries and you gotta put them back in place. Sometimes they are so bold. I ain't never seen this. It's so bold they'll come up and if you let them, they'll hit you. I ain't never understood why. I was younger. It might have been middle school, high school, and one of the older cats. He said, I don't remember if he said to me, he was talking to somebody else. He looked it was communication. It was conversation. He looked at the guy, the dude, right? And when he looked at the dude, he told him, he said, man, I won't hit a woman. Hey, if she big and bad enough to hit me, she big and bad to get hit back. And I was like, whoa, wait, what? And then I was like, that ain't right, bro. You can't. He said, nah, bro. He said, you ain't seen. This one of, like, he was a real top athlete, so he can deal with all kinds of. He said, man, I came across some that if you don't, they look at you this way. It's almost like a culture thing. If you don't do that, then like this is how they perceive you if you don't do that. And I'm like, I said it don't make sense because y'all get in a fight and then it just never made sense to really get into a fight with a female because it was just like, hey, you hurt them, or if y'all fight and it's like you win or something, it's still no real point in it. So just like, say for instance, light. There are many different forms of light and wavelengths and different things of that nature. When a person constantly keep doing something you don't like and they tell you they love you, bro, I'm sorry. They can really, they might really feel this way, think, I don't care what you say. If you ain't showing me, you can say that until you blue in the face. You just, it's like saying I love you and shooting me with a gun. No. Listen to what they say. I'm saying, even with me, like, trust is a very, very big thing right now. It's hard to trust. It's almost like you can't trust nobody. Only trust through God. You know what I'm saying? Because people will lie. People will ridicule you. People will disguise themselves. They go to, like, I done seen some where they went through lengths. And it hurt because it was like, you really feeling them. You like, all right, bet. We can, you know what I'm saying? We can ride like this. Every time you get to a breakthrough and about to get to a point and move forward, they decline. It's like, nah, bro, you done did that too many times. There's no possible way you with me. Like, I can't see it. Like, this ain't even no situation where it's like the donkey and the angel, like what you doing?
Get in here and sit down.
So, when there's a switch in power, meaning the original owner, like, say for instance, it's a house. And I'm coming in. And I'm seeking to buy the house. Like, I'm seeking to come in and buy the house.
I said sit down.
So if I come in and seek to buy the house, then I'm like, okay, hey, how much is the house? You know what I'm saying? How much is it worth or whatever, do the appraisal. So, all right, well, I'll give you know what I'm saying, this much for this house. So you give them that much for the house. Can you sit there and be quiet? If you can't sit there and be quiet, you can't be at the table, homie.
What about my dump truck?
Not at the table right now. You can play with this and write and be quiet. If you can't be quiet, you can go back over there. Alright, like I said earlier, man, the truth should set you free. I'm not here to talk about nobody, talk bad about nobody. It's the truth. Like, a lot of times people have to tell me the truth about the situation, man, about what I was doing that was wrong, and I needed to own up to it and not turn deaf ears just to do. Now it's mine because you over here.
Now it's mine.
We finna try something different. Why every time I'm on here doing what I gotta do you come over here to mess with me? Do you want to say hi to the people?
Yeah.
Then what you do is you don't do what you doing. You say, can I say hi?
Hi.
No, you ask, can I come say hi?
Please, come say hi.
You can't say hi without clothes on. You gotta go put clothes on. So take that with you and go ask mama to put on you a shirt.
Where are we going?
You want to say hi to the people? You can't say hi to the people with no clothes on.
Oh. Mommy.
Alright, man.
Say hi
you gotta really watch and look at what's going on, man, and call it for what it is, man. Cause sometimes it's, you know what I'm saying, like you trying your best to chill, you trying your best to stay relaxed, and you dealing with a real situation. This ain't no game. Like, if it was possible, you know what I'm saying, the very elect would be true.